Ha ha ha, oh my god. Hey system, besides this, has the third prince done any other dumb stuff? I bet he's got a whole list of them. Oh, the third prince is a goldmine of dumb moments. When he was 6 years old, he was learning how to paint. That day, the tutor was teaching them how to draw turtles. But he straight up drew a goofy turtle, and he got totally obsessed with drawing it. After that, whenever he did his homework, he wouldn't even write his own name. He'd just draw that goofy turtle instead, while the crown prince and second prince would sign their names properly. He just drew a goofy turtle in the signature box. Ha ha ha. So, he was basically calling himself a turtle? What else has he done? When he was 7, he accidentally wet the bed one night. But he was so terrified of getting caught that he swapped his bedding with the second prince's. Then he blamed his brother first, crying, "The second prince wet the bed." Except he forgot to change his own wet clothes. So everyone just stared at him, standing there in soaking wet pants, pointing fingers and accusing the second prince. Even how he met the third princess consort was pretty wild. She's the daughter of a legendary general's family. Super carefree, chill, and zero filter. The third prince fell for her hard at first sight. But the third princess consort was only into super buff guys, and the third prince was way too pretty looking. So, to prove he actually had that macho energy, he'd show up in front of her every single day to flex his moves. He did it so much she thought he was trying to start a fight. So, they ended up throwing hands every time they met. Literally throwing hands. Then, how did the third prince actually win the princess over in the end? Because if they were fighting every single time they saw each other, the way he won her over must have been absolutely unhinged. Well, not really that wild. The third princess consort accidentally broke his bones. And the third prince used that opportunity to latch onto her, insisting she take responsibility for him. Then, he literally bawled his eyes out while hugging her leg, crying about how his life was ruined and nobody would want him anymore. The third princess consort thought he looked so pathetic that she actually agreed to take responsibility for him, and just like that, he bagged his girl. Honestly, being shameless is a straight-up cheat code. At this morning court session, the third prince took the biggest L. When the Shia court adjourned, lots of people were staring at him with this indescribable look. Why is everyone looking at me like that? So, what if I played some mind games to bag a wife? Whatever floats your boat. The moment Lin Mo got home after court, she flopped straight onto her bed. I can't. I literally need to get some extra sleep. Don't wake me up until it's time to eat. Who cares about sleeping in? Why don't we go out for a spin? Honestly, there's so much tea in the capital. The tea in the capital might be even juicier than the court drama. Let's go out, like, right now, so I can gather some energy. You haven't even done any work. You just sit there every single day. What's there to be tired of? Just let me sleep for a bit. I'll take you out after I have lunch. And I'll bring my big sis along too. She goes to banquets all the time. We'll see who's hosting one this afternoon. And I'll take you there. Awesome! Banquets are always major drama zones. More tea to spill. But even if we don't go to a banquet, I can just take you to roam the streets. Sometimes street-level gossip is just as good. Can't we literally have both? We go to the banquet first, and then hit up the streets on our way back. It's a total win-win. Honestly, why not? Wait, whose party is it today anyway? I think it's for Marquis Shangning's daughter. I'm not really close with her, but she gets along pretty well with my big sis. Host, I literally just detected some major tea. It's about Marquis Changning's daughter. She has an ulterior motive for throwing this party. What motive? Spill the tea, quick! Can't really say right now. Once we get to the party, I'll give you the full scoop. Gossiping right in front of the target gives way more juice. Plus, the drama feels way more real when you're there. But we want to hear it too. You guys get to go to the party, while we just stay here. Well, it's not safe for you two girls to go out alone anyway. What if something goes wrong? At the party? How about I go with you guys? Sounds good? Okay, then Big Brother is coming along. Actually, maybe I should go with you guys too. I happen to be on good terms with Madame Changning anyway. And there will be plenty of other ladies there. I'd just be bored out of my mind staying home alone. Might as well go and socialize a bit. So, you're really just leaving me here all alone? If you all leave, what am I supposed to do? In the end, Minister Lin was the only one left at home. Staring at the backs of his wife, son, and daughters, Minister Lin cried a river of tears in his heart. Yep, this party is exactly what I expected. Everyone here is literally a gorgeous hottie. This must be some elite matchmaking mixer. When hot guys and pretty girls get together, their kids are obviously going to look amazing. Plus, they're raised so pampered. It'd actually be weird if they weren't attractive. Do you still want to hear the tea on Marquise Changning's daughter, or what? Wait, why is the tea suddenly about me? I can't believe that carefree. Miss Changning actually has her own tea. Right now, Madame Changning is busy husband hunting for her daughter. She's eyeing her own nephew from her maiden family. And that nephew? He actually passed the imperial exam at such a young age. So, Madame Changning wanted to keep the good stuff in the family. Why not double down on the family ties? Marrying her daughter off to her own side of the family means she won't have to deal with any toxic in-laws. Wait, from what you're saying, is that nephew secretly a walking red flag? Why is everyone so obsessed with marrying relatives? Inbreeding is a fast track to birth defects. No wonder some families have kids who don't even make it past infancy. Real talk, cousins should definitely not hook up. It's literally ruining the next generation. Exactly, and that nephew of Madame Changning's? He looks decent on the outside, but he's a total, absolute scumbag. Not only does he hit up brothels non-stop, but he's also got a secret side piece. She's already popped out 2 kids for him. And even his own parents have zero clue about this. He's keeping it totally under wraps. So he's literally trying to scam her into marriage? That is so gross. Makes you wonder how many other scumbags are standing right here. Seriously, it's revolting. Whoa, he's the trash? Don't lump us in with him. Madame Changning's face went completely pale. Out of all the options she handpicked, she actually chose a total loser for her daughter. Thank goodness they hadn't exchanged marriage cards yet. They weren't even engaged. If she only found out after the wedding, she would have been completely ruined. Miss Changning was also shaking with fear. She actually had a decent impression of that cousin. She never imagined he'd be this fake. Well, at least the other guys here seem decent. Don't drag the rest of us down just because of one scumbag. He's literally just the one bad apple. And that bad apple is named Liu Xuan. Exactly. We're all decent people here. We would never do something that trashy. Hurry up and keep spilling the tea. Let's see what other toxic moves this player pulled. Oh, it actually gets way more toxic. He planned to marry the daughter of Marquis Changning first. And once he got her pregnant, only then was he going to tell her about his side chick. By then, everything would just fall into place. And besides, since she'd already be carrying his kid, most people, for the sake of the baby, would just swallow their pride and deal with it. Ew, gross. Absolutely disgusting. But honestly, that mistress was no saint either. Once she had her first baby boy, it made her get way too greedy. Even though Liu Xuan treated her pretty well, she just wasn't satisfied with just that anymore. So she actually went and seduced Liu Xuan's dad, who's also the second brother of Marquise Changning's wife. So, these 2 kids she has, the older one is Liu Xuan's, and the younger one belongs to Liu Xuan's dad, which means, out of the 2 kids Liu Xuan is raising right now, the older one is his son, and the younger one is his own brother. Haha, that mistress is actually so wild. Karma really is a beast for these trash bags. Meanwhile, when the emperor found out about this, he was completely shocked. I honestly had no idea. People out there were playing this wild. Isn't the father of Marquise Changning's wife Scholar Liu? And his second son is also working at the Imperial Academy, right? Sometimes the people who look the most innocent are pulling the shadiest moves. I wonder how the Liu family is going to handle this mistress drama. Like, one of the kids is his grandson, and the other is his son. This is a total hot mess. Seeing the emperor so thirsty for the tea, Eunuch Li was already dead inside. He has to do a daily brief, reporting everything that happens around Lin Mo to the emperor. Now, this has literally become the emperor's daily dose of entertainment. Host, roasting people with you is such a vibe. I finally understand what true savage roasting looks like. Oh, please. I've only scratched the surface of roasting. Compared to the real savage pros, I'm still a total amateur. Are you sure you've only scratched the surface? Because if that was just the basics, then the rest of us are literally playing dress up. Does your little sister roast you guys at home all the time? Because she is way too good at it. Your sister is the one who roasts people. My little sister is the gentlest person ever. Bro, your rose-colored glasses are way too thick. The Marchioness of Changning and her daughter seem to have caught proof of Liu Xuan keeping a secret mistress. They're having a massive showdown in the back garden right now. Ha ha ha, go beat that scumbag to death. Sis, I seriously have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm completely innocent. How could I possibly keep a secret mistress? You don't have to admit it. I've brought the witnesses, and I even brought that woman here too. The servants from my estate saw you constantly going into a certain alley So they got curious and followed you. And guess what? They saw you entering this woman's courtyard. You two started getting physical before even stepping inside. On top of that, her two kids call you dad. They wouldn't just call you that for no reason, right? I was always so careful whenever I visited Yaonyang. How on earth did I get followed? Darling, save me. Yaonyang knelt on the ground, looking absolutely pitiful. She was sobbing like a total tragic beauty, tears streaming down her face. When Liu Xuan's dad saw Yaonyang, his face turned incredibly pale. This woman was actually his own son's secret mistress, but she had told him she was just a lonely widow. You absolute bastard. Just tell me, do you know this woman on the floor or not? And are those two kids of hers actually yours? The Marchioness of Changning took one look at her own dad acting like this, and instantly knew he was just faking it again. Dad, there is no way I'm letting this slide. The moment I saw Liu Xuan hanging around this woman's courtyard, I had my people keep a close eye on them. And guess who else they caught there? Uncle Liu avoided his own sister's gaze, looking completely panicked and guilty. Dad, you're in perfect health, so there's no need to play the victim here. This woman didn't just hook up with Liu Xuan. She's also been sleeping with second brother. A father and son sharing the same woman? What an absolute joke. The drama of the Liu family was dramatically and vividly narrated by the system, leaving absolutely nothing out. Not only was Ming Mo totally hooked on the gossip, but everyone else there was also eating it up. In the end, this whole mess meant that Liu Xuan's marriage alliance with the young lady of Changning completely fell through. The secret mistress was kicked out immediately, and as for those two kids, they were sent away to a countryside estate. Growing up as pampered young masters was completely out of the question, so they'll just have to live ordinary, simple lives. The Liu family will, at most, make sure they don't starve. Honestly, having their basic needs met is already a pretty good deal. Most regular folks have to hustle every single day just to survive. As long as those two kids don't ruin their own lives, they'll definitely have a peaceful and stable future. The real tragedy is that they ended up with a mother like that. If that secret mistress hadn't gone and hooked up with Uncle Liu, the paternity of those kids wouldn't be in question. Things definitely would have ended way better for her. That sister of yours literally just ruined the entire Liu family. There are still two girls in the Liu family who aren't even married yet. What the heck are you even talking about, County Mistress Yangning? How did my sister ruin those two Liu family girls? My sister's conversations with her system were strictly in her own head. She never said a single word out loud. If you don't want to listen, you can literally just tune it out. Nobody's forcing you to eavesdrop anyway. If this whole thing hadn't been exposed, the daughter of Marquise Changning would have been the one getting hurt. You're so busy feeling sorry for those two Liu family girls. But why don't you have any sympathy for Marquise Changning's daughter? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Marquise Changning's household actually related to you by blood? How dare you? Who do you think you are talking to me like that? I am a county mistress, personally titled by the emperor himself, and that title was literally paid for with your father's life, which is exactly why you should watch your behavior even more. Acting this toxic and spoiled will only end up dragging your father's good name through the mud. By then, no amount of regret is going to save you. The second Lin Ran finished speaking, County Mistress Yangning slapped her right across the face. Lin Mo was literally in the middle of chatting with her system when she heard the slap. She looked up and saw her big sister getting smacked. You did not just lay a hand on my big sis. You're dead meat! Lin Mo screamed, lunging straight at her. She threw a solid punch right at her face, landing a perfect hit right on County Mistress Yangning's right eye, giving her an instant black eye. But she wasn't done yet. She tackled her to the ground, pinned her down, and sat right on her waist, slapping her left and right, just absolutely throwing hands. Even my parents have never touched my big sis. Who the heck do you think you are, hitting her? I'm gonna literally rip your face off. Harder, hit her harder. Keep those slaps coming, left and right. Someone help, quick, hurry and pull them two apart. While the maid went to pull Ling Du back, Lady Yangning seized the opportunity and punched Ling Du. Seeing her little sister get hit, Lin ran, lunged forward and stomped right on her. How dare you lay a hand on my sister? You really must have a death wish. Please, a gentleman uses words, not fists. Ladies, all three of you please stop. Yeah, true gentlemen talk it out, they don't fight. Ha ha ha. Haha, beautiful. Well done. Now that's how you win a fight. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you come out on top. You slapped my big sister, so I gave you a beating. We're even now. But if you ever touch a single hair on her head again, I'll make sure you pay 10 times worse. Lady Yangning was completely terrified by the beating. She nodded her head frantically. Seriously, why did you have to resort to violence? Look at what you did to her. Her father sacrificed his life for our country, even if you don't care about her. You should at least show some respect for her late father. She's the one who hit my sister first. She started it. Why shouldn't I hit her back? Mother, you can't blame my sister for this. That Lady Yangning was being way too toxic and entitled. Since it's already over, let's just let it go. Host, I totally approve of your style. When someone messes with you, you gotta hit back right away. All that talk about revenge is a dish best served cold. Bund is total BS. If you actually wait 10 years, you'll just be miserable and frustrated for 10 whole years. If you can get even right then and there, why suffer through 10 years of misery? Exactly, you're spot on. My thoughts, exactly. No wonder we make such a great team. We're literally on the same wavelength. Back home, when Minister Lin heard about this, I am literally so numb right now. She got into a straight-up fistfight with a guest at someone else's party and literally bit them on the chest. That is completely unhinged. Okay, calm down. This whole mess was actually County Princess Yang Ning's fault. She's the one who threw the first punch at the eldest miss. That's why second miss had to throw hands. Honestly, I don't care who started it. How do you just start throwing hands at someone else's banquet? And with such a low-down, dirty move? Have you never heard a gentleman use his words, not fists? Like, hello? Actually, some young master said exactly that back then. A gentleman uses his mouth, not his fists. And then, the system literally told second miss to use her mouth, to bite. So, she literally took a massive bite, right into County Princess Yang Ning. Is that seriously how she interpreted using her mouth? Your Highness, your leg isn't even healed yet. Why are you already attending court? I mean, sure, the imperial doctors reset your leg. But if you don't take it easy and rest, you could easily end up with permanent damage. Exactly, Your Highness. There's no rush to attend court. You have plenty of time for that later. Right now, your priority is to get fully recovered. Haha, my leg is honestly fine now. Plus, look, I'm in a wheelchair. It's not like I have to walk or anything. I just really wanted to meet the legendary little Lord Lin. You all made her sound so incredibly legendary. My curiosity is seriously piqued. If I didn't come see for myself, I honestly wouldn't even be able to sleep. Speak of the devil! Just as Prince Shin finished speaking, two figures appeared walking over from afar. One was Minister Lin, whom everyone knows well, but Minister Lin was literally carrying someone by the collar. Wake up, we're already at the Imperial Palace. This little Lord Lin is truly built different. Who else would literally sleep like a baby right in the Imperial Palace? Finally, right when Eunuch Li came to announce the morning court was starting, Lin Mo finally woke up. The first half of the assembly was as boring as always. First, the Emperor did a vibe check on that guy named Wang, and then he just started going through the motions. Before long, all the officials in the Imperial Court started bickering. Why do I feel like these high-ranking officials arguing are literally no different from Karens fighting on the street? Like, they're 1 second away from ripping each other's hair out. What do you mean no different from Karens on the street? No different at all? We are debating major state affairs here. State affairs. Do you get it? Honestly, same. Look at the Prime Minister's teeth. He's still got a piece of leafy green stuck right on them. Is he saving that for lunch or what? The Prime Minister was just about to turn around and glare at another official, but when he heard that, he clamped his mouth shut instantly. The official facing him looked all serious and fierce at first, but he totally lost it after hearing the system's roast. He couldn't keep a straight face anymore. I knew it. I was wondering why the Prime Minister had a green patch on his teeth. I thought he got a fancy jade tooth or something. Turns out it's just a piece of spinach. Hey, Chancellor, why don't you open up so we can get a good look? We can help you pinpoint exactly where that little green leaf is hiding. No need, thank you, Your Highness. Your Majesty, the Western regions are seeking our protection, so they've sent a princess for a political marriage. Personally, I think foreign women shouldn't marry into the royal family. Ooh, a legendary Western babe? System, did you hear that? A gorgeous Western princess is actually coming. Girls from the Western regions are all amazing at singing and dancing, and most of them are mixed race too. Like, big eyes, a high nose bridge, and long curly hair. She is seriously gorgeous. And get this, they sent over the #1 beauty of the Western regions. But sending her over wasn't just for an alliance marriage. She's literally here to cuck the Emperor. Oh my god. Wait, spill. Tell me everything. How exactly is she going to cuck the Emperor? What's the deal with this #1 beauty of the Western regions? What is the actual drama? Oh, she's definitely on a mission. Since she's so gorgeous, the Western regions wanted to present her to your Emperor. But even if the Emperor doesn't bite, they don't care. They've got this secret love powder from the Western regions. If the Emperor gets even a tiny whiff of it, he'll completely lose all self-control. Once that happens, she can easily register her unborn baby as the royal heir. Is the king of the Western regions actually out of his mind? Is he seriously trying to seek protection? Or is he just trying to start beef? Actually, the king had no idea the princess was pregnant. Otherwise, there's no way he would have sent her. Over here, obviously, he was actually being totally sincere about wanting help. But once the princess found out she was pregnant, she kept it completely under wraps. Then, when she found out she was being sent off for the alliance marriage, she literally breathed a sigh of relief. And she immediately planned to just secure her kid's future here. Whoa, that's a spicy rated drama, not just cheating. We should still be careful with accepting beauties. Doesn't the Western regions have a lot of other good stuff anyway? We should have them send over some other cool stuff instead, like chili peppers, sweet potatoes, broad beans, Sesame, cotton, and all that. We could totally ask for those. That's way more useful than some princess. Right? We should definitely make them send more of that stuff. Then we can take all those seeds and plant every single one of them. This is way more useful than some pretty girls. It's literally going to save our people's lives. You all heard what happened today, right? Do exactly what Lin Mo and that system said. Tell that random princess to turn right back around. How dare she try to cuck me? Also, everything Lin Mo and the system mentioned. Write all of it down. Tell the Western region envoys. We can grant them protection, sure. But they have to hand over those goods first. Then, send a few of our people back with them to grab all the seeds we don't have here. And bring back samples of every single one. Dad, why are you staring at me like that? Do you think your daughter looks extra gorgeous today? Minister Lin was completely speechless. He just stormed off, huffing and brushing his sleeves. After that whole incident at the last banquet, Lin Mo has officially become the star of every party. How did I suddenly get this popular out of nowhere? Do you think it's because at the last banquet, my charisma completely won them over? Maybe. I mean, they've definitely never seen a girl like you in their entire lives. So they probably just find you incredibly novel. Excuse me, what is that supposed to mean? Are you low-key shading me right now? Of course not. By novel, I totally mean it as a compliment. You're my host, after all. Why would I ever look down on you? Let's go, let's go. We need to head to the Prime Minister's daughter's banquet right now. The drama there is going to be wild. Ooh, spill. Tell me where the tea is. Who's getting exposed? Greetings, young Lord Lin. My husband always talks about you at home. He says you are incredibly talented and possess such an elegant vibe. Seeing you today, you really are something else. Wait, are you actually being serious? Putting those two words together, do they even apply to a grown adult? It's barely elementary school level. Oh, please, you flatter me. The Lord Prime Minister is pretty great too. He holds such a high rank, yet he's so frugal. He's truly a rare, upright official, right? Absolutely. He's incredibly thrifty. Like, the other morning, he had a piece of vegetable stuck on his front tooth, saving it for lunch. No wonder Father rushed to brush his teeth the second he got home that morning. And after he finished, he made the whole family double-check his teeth. So that was what that was all about. Come on, spill, spill. I need details. Stop keeping us in suspense already. Chill out. Let me explain. This whole drama is actually about the Prime Minister's wife. Back when she was young, she and your mother were known as the twin beauties of the capital. The number of wealthy young lords who fell head over heels for them was literally off the charts. Wait, does the Prime Minister know about this yet? Wouldn't this count as letting a wolf right into his own house? All these years, a wolf has been secretly watching him from the shadows. Madam, just thinking about it must give you total goosebumps, right? Your Majesty, now is really not the time to gloat. We need to stay on our guard too. I mean, look at the Prime Minister's estate, with just a handful of people. They still have crazy drama like this. But how many women are in your imperial palace? The entire harem is literally nothing but eunuchs and women. You really need to keep that in mind, Your Majesty. How could you do this to me? Do you have no conscience? I only took you in because I felt sorry for you. When I first brought second concubine home, she was just an orphaned palace maid wandering the streets. I only brought her back because I pitied her. And later, I even made her my concubine. But Madam is so brilliant and gorgeous, and exceptionally graceful. So I seriously don't get why she married you. I mean, what do you even have going for you? Isn't your only advantage just being born a man? My lord, second aunt has been in this house for so many years. Even if she hasn't done anything grand, she still worked her fingers to the bone. I beg you, my lord, spare her life. Father, please, I beg you to spare second aunt's life. All the young masters and ladies in the household get along so well with second aunt. She never had kids of her own all these years, but she loved the madam's children like they were her own. The Prime Minister looked down at everyone kneeling and suddenly felt a heavy tightness in his chest. Fine, fine. That's enough. I won't hold this against you anymore. You can stay in the manor. Just keep taking good care of the kids. So, let's just drop this matter. But let this be a warning to you. Hearing this, second aunt looked up in sheer disbelief. She really thought she was a goner today. Even if she survived, she expected to be kicked out of the manor. At morning court the next day, the officials whose homes were found with the lilies glared at Lin Mo with pure resentment. But young Master Lin didn't notice a thing. He was happily standing next to Lord Li, ready to enjoy the drama. Man, look at their sour faces. And the culprit is actually over there grinning like an idiot. Ha ha ha, system. Look at that official's butt in front of us. It's twitching. No way. Is he trying to hold in a poop? Oh crap. Did he find out? Wow, you're looking pretty closely. The guy in front is the imperial censor, but he's not trying to hold in a poop. His hemorrhoids are just flaring up. Scared me to death. Thank God they're not talking about me. Seriously, what is wrong with him? What normal person just stares at someone else's butt? Isn't it super normal? Like, 9 out of 10 people get hemorrhoids. Everyone silently shifted their gaze to the imperial censor's butt. And sure enough, that butt was clenched so tight, everyone couldn't help but marvel at how incredibly tense it looked. Damn, the censor must work out. Why are these officials getting weirder by the day? But seriously, what does a butt with hemorrhoids even look like? Low-key, even I want to take a peek. Back in the day, the censor loved reading books while squatting on the toilet. He'd literally squat there for an hour straight, and that's exactly how he got those hemorrhoids. Decades of treatments, and they're still not cured. Plus, he ate some super spicy food yesterday, so today, they totally flared up. People usually have big dreams in their hearts, but this guy's got big dreams in his butt. It's a good thing the censor isn't into guys, or else that butt of his would be in serious trouble. Just 1 second before the censor was about to blow up, the Grand Marshal next to him reacted super fast. He slapped his hand right over the censor's mouth, while his other hand reached menacingly right under the censor's butt. If you dare make a sound, I'll poke you right in the butt. You! I've never seen the Grand Marshal look this unhinged. Guess he really lives for the drama. As if you don't love the tea yourself. Hey system, got any remedies for hemorrhoids? Just in case my brother and dad also have this issue, so I can help them out. Gee, thanks a lot. But I seriously don't have that problem. The best way is to just get them surgically removed. If you want a remedy, use pagoda flower, burnet, pulsatilla, angelica root, and dandelion. You can either apply them or drink them. But seriously, the main thing is to avoid sitting or squatting for too long. Like the Emperor sitting up there. He sits all day, so he's the prime target. Oh wait, I think he actually has them too. What did I even do to deserve this? How did I get dragged into my own gossip? The hemorrhoid talk wrapped up after a bit, and they moved on to actual state affairs. But Lin Mo didn't really pay attention to all that, and ended up nodding off halfway through. By the time court was dismissed, everyone was low-key dodging the Grand Censor, looking at him with straight-up pity. Why are you guys looking at me like that? It's not like I'm the only one with this condition.